who's that? It's me, Timmy. Don't recognize me without the long hair, huh? I get it, I understand. I don't recognize myself either. But hey, welcome to my new home. I am now in Osaka, Japan. More on all those stories about moving later. Today's video is gonna be a ranking list of the upper tier IEM, $200 to $600 IEM. Anything above 600 we'll do in a separate video. Those are what I would consider endgame IEMs. I'm gonna rank them from D tier all the way up to S tier, and in this ranking list is gonna be a little bit different from my overall ranking list that you can find linked below. This one, if I put something in S tier, it means that it is the best in this category amongst these group of IEMs, all right? Not that it's S tier overall market, it's S tier amongst the IEMs that are presented today. And of course, I have not tried every single IEM, $200 to $600. These are just the ones that I've tried. I got about 27, 28 of them. I think that's enough for this video. And we're gonna be ranking these by performance only, as requested from you guys on the last videos. But let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into this ranking list. The first IEM we're gonna talk about today, we're gonna find a benchmark IEM, you know, something C tier, something just run of the mill, you can grab and go, easy to like, but nothing too wowing, something just on the average, right? And for me, the Audio Lokai fits that bill exactly. Pleasant tuning, good bass, good treble, good mid-range, just overall pleasing tuning. Technical wise though, lacking. Resolution wise, lacking. But overall, for the price, you can appreciate it. Average, good sound, you won't complain. You can buy it, you won't feel like you have wasted your money in any way. Average, good IEM, Lokai goes right there. Next one here, we have the EST112 by Dunu. This one is alright. Alright, yeah, it has good technical performance, but the tuning though, the treble feels like it's just cut off. Everything just feels a little bit squeezed, doesn't have a lot of sparkle. It's not dark, but it's also not extended either. So this one goes in C tier as well. Above the Lokai though, because it is technically better than the Lokai. It's just the tuning is not up to par. Next one here, we're gonna go with the new guy. Oh, let's touch this guy. DA Audio Elixir. Now the Elixir is interesting because it's tuned really well. Good amount of bass, not bass head level, good amount of bass, leading into a clean mid-range, good upper mid, slightly bit on the shouty side, just ever so slightly bit, but all in all, really nicely tuned set, really impressed. So this one is gonna go into B, just good. You'll enjoy this one. Next one, let's go with the meme IEM. We have the Campfire Audio Honeydew. Now this one, this is just bass cannon. All the bass you ever want and not want. It's muddy, it's bloaty, it's thunderous, it's whatever you want to call it. It is just way too much bass and nothing else. Like Frank Sinatra feels like he has a subwoofer stuck down his throat. D tier. Next, let's go with the Blessing 2 twins, right? We have the Blessing 2 and the 2 Dust. Now, these are known to be kind of the leading standard at the $300-400 price point. I would even say at $500, $600, $700, these are great purchases. Either one of them, A tier, both Blessing 2 and the Dust. The Dust slightly bit better than the regular 2 for me because it has more bass. The tuning is slightly bit more pleasant than the Blessing 2 original, but all in all, both of those are A tier. They're tuned extremely well and has great technical performance to go along with it. For $300, they are a steal, let me tell you that. Next, we have the EJ07M. Now this one is B tier for me. It's okay. The details for me need some work, but the thing that gets me the most about it is the tuning. The treble as well is really not so well done. The timbre has this EST type of like hissiness to it in the treble area. Not my favorite, but not bad either. B tier, low B tier for me. Next one, let's go with the FIOs, right? We have the FIO FH5 and FH5S. I just did a video on all the FIOs. You guys can go watch that one. But here we go. We have the FH5 in C tier. Yeah, it's just good. I would say at the top of C tier, I do prefer it over the EST112. This one, the FH5S, is D, at the top of D tier, but it's D tier. This one is just tuned really wonky. The mids is just really uneven, but it is better than the Honeydew by a mile, so that's where it's gonna go. Next, we have another Fio with the FD5. I would say the FD5 falls, just put it behind the Audio Lokai, because the FD5 for me is nice, but it's warm. It's a warm V-shape IEM. It's a nice V-shape. I would say it's just not my style of tuning. The technical performance also is, I would say, not bad. It's better than the Lokai, but the tuning is worse. So C tier, low C tier for me. Next one, let's go with the Soft Ears Volume. Yeah, Soft Ears Volume, how about that? So Soft Ears Volume is an interesting IEM because it is a very fun IEM. It's V-shape. I would say semi V-shape to V-shape. Good bass, good treble, really nice energy in the vocals as well. Just a fun little IEM right here. Technical performance is good, could be better. But all in all, I think absolutely anyone can enjoy this set, and for the price, it's also a steal. I would say high B tier, really high B tier. I'm tempted to put it to A tier, but I would say high B for now. We can move things around later. Next one is the C Audio Bravery. Now this one to me, I really like the tuning of it. It follows a similar idea to the Anoli VX, although way more mainstream with more bass, and it doesn't have the VX's technical performance. Of course, I don't think anyone expects that. I think this one sits at the top of C tier, at the top of the average good IEM. You would not complain buying a Bravery. I really like this. One of my favorite guilty pleasures, if you will. Next one, we have the Legacy 4. Legacy 4 is really good. I really like it. For $200, great vocals. If you love vocals in any capacity at all, and you really don't care too much about bass or the low end, you just want clear forward vocals with good extension, then the L4, the Legacy 4 I should say, is super solid. That being said, it's gonna go right around, I would say C tier. Top C tier alongside the Bravery. That's where it belongs. Next one, we have the Oxygen, right? The Oxygen, the Tanz Gym Oxygen. So where does this goes in the sea of these IEMs? Well, the Tanz Gym Oxygen easily goes into B tier. I would say right alongside the Soft Ears. I mean, we can switch these, and yeah, they're right around equal quality in my personal opinion. The Oxygen here, great Harman Tune IEM, great mid bass, super fun, very versatile. Anyone can enjoy this. It has a shorter nozzle, so it might not fit most ears, but all in all, the tuning is fantastic. Great energy in the upper mids as well. People still talk about this one till this day, even though it's been out for a very long time. Next, let's talk about the Timeless. Oh, how could we not talk about the Timeless? Timeless goes straight into A tier. No surprise, it is just phenomenal. Great technical performance, great tuning as well. It is also very cheap at $220. Performance-wise, A tier easily. If you love V-shaped IEMs, this is probably one of the best you can grab. Let's put something in S tier now. The S tier bracket is a little bit lonely, all right? Now the S tier, out of everything that I have, the first one that easily jumps into S tier is gonna be the Moondrop Variations. Really, no surprise. It has the best technical performance of anything under $600 that you can buy in the market today. The tuning is very well done. The treble is airy, the bass hits deep, sub-bass focus, super clean mid-range. Just a lot to love with the Variations, and it doesn't deserve any less than S tier in comparison to anything else under $600. Okay, now next one we have a little known Sennheiser. We have the IE300. Now the IE300 is a really safe IEM. It's probably the safest IEM you can grab in every regard, from comfort to tuning to just everything about it, all right? Now this lands easily for me in B. it's a low B tier. You'll like it. There's nothing really to hate about it. The mids can be a little bit more forward, but all in all, it's comfy, it's easy to like, it's mainstream tuning, it has everything going for it in the average plus department. Low B tier, it deserves that. Next, let's go with Legacy 5. Now, Legacy 4 is good. How about the 5? The 5, you know, it's one more than the 4, so it should be good in theory, but it's not. It's really not. it's low C at best. Like, it's low C. It's better than the FD5, I think, but yeah, it's low C at best because the tuning is just very mainstream. The biggest problem with it is that it's not as resolving as it should be. It's just average resolving IEM with average mainstream tuning, nothing too impressive, nothing an audiophile would like go crazy about, hence C tier. We're almost at the end, boys. Let's go with the Kineras. We have the Kinera Norn and Scold. Now the Norn for me is a very I would say easy to enjoy V-shape. When I say V-shape in this case, it's very deep cut V-shape, like a low cut V-neck type of V-shape. It's enjoyable for sure, it's mainstream for sure. So yeah, I would say low C tier. I would say very low C tier, maybe around the FH. Not the FH, the Legacy 5 territory. Is better than the FD5, not as good as the L5 because detail retrieval, technical performance, just not that great on the Norn or the Scold. But the Scold is tuned better, neutral, mid-forward type of tuning. I enjoy this one more. Audiophiles will enjoy the Scold more than the Norn. I would say this one is a little bit higher C tier, but still C tier nonetheless. I would say I'll put it above the FH5, but no more than that. It's high C tier, but the biggest letdown for it is again the technical performance, just like the Norn. Now this next one is an interesting one. We have the Unique Melody 3DT Terminator. That's the full name of it. It is a 3 dynamic driver IEM, I think. Yeah, super interesting setup. Now this makes for a very technical setup IEMs. Well, maybe technical is not the right word. It's very speedy. Everything is just so dynamic. It punches, it stops. It's just super dynamic piece of IEM, super speedy. But the tuning is really not to my liking so much. The tuning, the upper mids, is just a little bit too forward, a little bit too shouty. It's just a little bit too much. That needs to be toned down a little bit. But all in all, it's a fun IEM that deserves some praise, right? It is above C for sure. I'm gonna put it in low B tier, maybe above the IE300. Interesting setup, interesting sound, just the tuning can be done a bit better. We have the Manger T. Oh, what should I say about the Manger T? A cold favorite. Now this one for me is too relaxed in the upper mids and the treble area, but a lot of people like this kind of relaxing upper end. For me though, too relaxed. I need a bit more of that sparkle. Detail-wise, competent set. I would say, I don't know where to put it. I would say high C. I'm gonna give it high C just because, you know, I shouldn't really take my own taste into that big of a consideration. So I'm gonna put it in high C. Just for you guys, all right? Just for you guys. All right, so next one here, we have the Dunu SA6. Now the SA6 is very, very, very good. I would say there, bam, next to the Blessing 2 Dust. I wouldn't say better than the Blessing 2 Dust. I enjoy the tuning on this more than the 2 Dust, while the technical performance is similar. I would say maybe the 2 Dust is better than the SA6 in that department, but all in all, the SA6 is tuned very well. Similar to the Anoli VX, just lacking that extra bit of treble extension and lacking the resolution, of course, but really, really well tuned IEM. One of my most favorite set of all time, one of my first ones as well. Next, we have the Raptgo Hooked X. Hook X. Now Hook X is really good for the price as well. Super solid. I would say it falls right behind the Timeless. I'm gonna put it in A, man. I really like this thing. Wide soundstage feeling, great tuning overall. Very relaxing, a little bit of tinge of warm, neutral, just super enjoyable, pleasing tuning. Not much to hate about the Rapco at all. Falls a little bit short of the Timeless by a hair, but just great. Great IEM. Next one, we have the Sony M7. Now the Sony M7 is a very boring IEM. It's neutral, warm, really pleasing, but so boring. But you can't deny the fact that it's just really good. Technical performance wise, also super solid. Easy A tier for me in this one. I'm gonna put it below the dust. Below the blessings, really. I'm gonna put it right here. Below the blessing 2, the 2 dust, and the SA6. But all in all, man, it's just a solid set. It all depends on if you enjoy a really safe warm tuning or not. Neutral warm tuning. But yeah, if you enjoy that style of signature, then this is just great, man. Super good. If you don't, then you're gonna find that thing really boring. Next is the Drop FDX1. JVC FDX1. Now this is a guilty pleasure of mine. I like the tuning of this. The technical performance is also good as well. But for most people, this is not going to be a good set because the tuning is just a little bit weird. It's elevated in the upper mids, low treble area in a weird way. But for me, I like it. I like it. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. But for most of you, you guys are not really going to like it too much. So I'm going to put it in, you know, high C, above the skull. There you go, right there. That's where it deserves. You know, if you want to try this IEM, I highly suggest it. If you like vocals in general, I highly suggest it. Just keep in mind it's gonna be a little bit weird. It's not natural for sure. Next, we have the Kiwi Ear Orchestra. Now this is such an underrated set. Not a lot of people talk about it, but it's so damn good. It's a nice V-shape IEM, slight V-shape with a slight bit of warmth, but all in all, super duper pleasing. And the technical performance, the detail is also solid. The timbre is good, smooth sounding, has a lot going for it, and for the price, it's decent. And for me, it's right up there with the SA6. I would say even better. I would say I'm put it one step above the SA6. How about that? Now for the last one, the DA Audio Oracle. Come on, you guys know this. You guys watch my channel this whole time. You guys know where this goes. I don't need to finish this list. You know what? I'm not gonna finish this list because you guys should know where that thing goes. And yeah, I'm gonna end the video just like that. So thank you so much guys for watching this video. Sorry I've been gone for a very long time. I've been busy with the move, buying furniture, just getting the house prepared, ready to film with all my equipments and everything like that. Just so many errands to run, but I'm glad to be back filming once again in a whole new country, whole new adventure. And yeah, we'll see you guys again with another video very soon. And of course, there's a lot of IEMs to try here in Japan. I'll be doing some tours as well as I can, of course. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Bye.